What is a legal scam that is still happening in 2022? If you're a personal business owner, you may receive what looks to be a bill in your mail from the US Domain Authority. At first glance, you're under the impression that you need to pay $289 to renew your website domain name. However, there is very fine print stating that you are not legally required to pay the listed amount. It's actually an ad requesting you pay that amount in order to have your website listed on the US Domain Authority site. I can't imagine how many people have been tricked by this. Read your mail carefully. I got this letter just the other day. They look so legitimate, but it went right into the trash. Printing fee for digital tickets. Server maintenance fee for digital tickets, even though they are even more expensive at the airport. What airline is charging that? Also, SAP, Allegiant Air, Frontier Airlines, and Spirit Airlines all charge an online booking fee of $10 to $40. If you go to the price breakdown on the last page, it usually has some vague name like carrier interface charge, carrier fee, or passenger usage charge, carrier fee. The carrier fee part is the giveaway that it's not some tax, but rather something the airline is choosing to charge you. The dot required that airlines clearly mark their own fees like this, because Spirit and others' fees had misleading names. Anyway, these fees are optional and don't apply if you book your ticket at the airport. So you can easily save $10 to $40 off regular fares by making the online booking fee optional. It's not subject to the 5% transportation tax, so the airline gets to keep all of the money, and they know most people won't bother going to the airport to get out of paying it. The discount doesn't apply to the discounted fares from their paid discount clubs, since those are online only. Title pawns. Payday loans, some charging 300% interest. Payday loans are illegal in some states. I know they are in West Virginia. I know a few of them are on Native American reservations because of state law. I remember the commercials they used to air on TV for these places. They were charging like 600% interest rates. Fell for that in desperate times. Borrow $500 and pay us $50 per week for 20 weeks. Lol. Borrowed it, paid the bankruptcy attorney, and slept well in my Civic. Private prisons. You're telling me that they charge the government for the beds and the taxpayers still gotta foot the bill if those beds are empty, so the company running it doesn't lose money? F you. Here in Arizona in 2020, the governor announced the closing of the state prison in Florence as a cost-saving measure. It was costing the state $71 per prisoner per day to operate. They've announced in the last week they are moving the inmates to a private prison that's going to cost the state $85 per prisoner per day to operate. Also, they are guaranteeing the private prison that they'll maintain at least 90% capacity, which is just another way of giving judges an incentive to find people guilty. Guaranteed occupancy in a prison. WTF. Our red light cams had guaranteed income for the company that installed them. When revenue fell short, some other areas have been caught lowering yellow times below safe levels to increase revenue. We voted them out, but the city still had to pay a lot by contract for a while. They were very slow to remove them. Reminds me of Illinois. One day you'll just randomly get a picture in the mail of your car turning right. It will say it was during a red light and claim you didn't come to a full stop for at least 3 seconds. Then tell you where you can mail $75 to pay the fine. That news in America is entertainment. Can get away with saying pretty much anything and still call it news. It frustrates me how normal weasel words are in newscasts these days, and how many people can't distinguish them easily. New studies show there may be a link between eating M&Ms and your hair color. Yay, that also means it may not. But that doesn't get views. Some say is my favorite. Who? The weird guy talking to himself at the freeway exit? Look up. If you want to get in on some legal scam, you have to do your own research. That's why I recommend you buy my book, What You Can Do to Legally Become Rich in 12 Easy Lessons. Just 24 easy payments of $199.99 and you will have the secrets to being a millionaire unveiled right before your eyes. When I was young I fell for this scam. Found an ad on Craigslist offering a guide on making money online. Sent the guy $15 and he sent me a Word doc that basically said post an ad on Craigslist and if someone bites send them this document. I mean, you're proof that it clearly makes money online. The troubled teen industry. It doesn't work. It traumatizes children. It's legal kidnapping. I hope more attention comes to it and something happens. They're a business and the goal is to make money, not help troubled teenagers. FFS. Half the time the kids aren't even troubled. E.T.A. The troubled teen industry refers to for-profit organizations aimed at steering rebellious and at-risk youth onto a better path through reform camps. But their methods are tough love, negative/positive punishments and physical labor. Because it's a business meant to make money, a lot of corner cutting happens. They hire young and untrained staff for less pay rather than therapists and certified nurses and teachers. It's also not regulated at all, so they can effectively do whatever they want with little recourse. They use scared straight tactics and beat kids into obedience. They claim the best way to send a kid there is by surprise, so they don't try and run beforehand. Hacker burst into their room at 2 AM and drag them into a van with very few belongings. Look up a lunch school for a notorious one. Paris Hilton was kidnapped at 2 AM and sent to Provo Canyon when she was 16. Look at how well that worked. Go through this thread for some horror stories. Edit 2. Thank you to everyone who clarified the difference between reinforcement and punishment. I've been using the terms interchangeably. Paying services charges. I don't mind paying a $10 delivery fee, but will not pay a $0.99 service charge. Yeah. F DoorDash. Sweet. Free delivery. Wait. $7 service charge. And I'm tipping on top of that. No. You see. The service charge was for DoorDash. The delivery guy never sees a cent of that. We probably took a third of the food's cost out of the restaurant's profits. 2. Aren't we a helpful and convenient service? Oh god. I made an order from Mo's who uses DoorDash to deliver. I got the notification to expect my food at a specific time. 45 minutes later and still no food. I've tried the phone number they provide to contact the driver and nothing happens. I reach out to support and they tell me they will reach the driver. They then tell me they reached out and that they are running late and that I will get my food. Another hour passes. I try customer service again. They fail to find my order 3 times and instead bring up other orders on my account and tell me they were delivered despite me giving them the actual order number. Eventually they say, oh okay, yeah, we found your order. Unfortunately we can't cancel the order. You are going to have to contact the restaurant if you want a refund. Those miserable CS made me call Mo's, who by all accounts made my order, had it ready for the DoorDasher to pick it up, and did absolutely nothing wrong. They were the ones that had to be responsible for this fine driver contracted by DoorDash. F them. Never using them again. I will pick my food up my damn self, unless a restaurant has in-house delivery. My fiancé and I moved to a small village where we can't get DoorDash, but Grubhub is available for some restaurants. We have like 7 to choose from, so we don't get them all the time. We have had entire entrees missing drinks as well. Grubhub refunded a couple, but then started refusing to because you refund every order. We aren't doing anything wrong. So we started keeping track of everything. We have cameras on our front porch. We have seen these Grubhub people take drinks and keep them, as well as taking containers out of the bags and resealing them to put them on our porch. Told this to Grubhub and then they finally decided to refund the order. Had times where we ordered what we wanted and got something completely different or just missing so many items. Turns out, you put the order in and Grubhub copies it and gives the restaurant their version of your order. They would sometimes completely get it wrong, and it's not the restaurant's fault. The restaurant never sees the order you put in, only what Grubhub tells them. Grubhub has also knowingly and willingly charged their customers for items they did not put on your order. We ordered from a steakhouse and my $25 steak was charged, but not shown on the order to the restaurant. We fought for about a damn week to get that money back. They just hope you don't notice, so they can keep the money. It's bullshit, if you ask me. Insider trading within Congress. But if we do it, we end up in prison. Martha Stewart sold stocks and made 45k, and it was called insider trading. Politicians sell stocks and make millions, and that's called a free market. Shit's effed. Ironically, Martha Stewart did not do time for insider trading. Those charges were dropped due to lack of evidence. What she did do time for was lying to federal agents. This is a perfect example why you shouldn't talk to police. Always ask for a lawyer. She had lawyers with her when she spit out the concocted story her broker came up with. Terrible representation. It's considered a famous example of horrible lawyers. No billionaire cooking and decorating expert is going to risk federal jail time to save $50k trading on insider info. MLMs. I'm my own CEO. No, you aren't. You literally have a company telling you what you can and can't do. I worked at a legit company whose slogan was be your own CEO. 6 months later I was fired basically for laziness, and I asked hours before I left if as my own CEO I could appeal the decision. They didn't even laugh. F them. That was funny as hell. Maybe it's the no price? Guess it's free of firing people there, and they've heard it 100 times already. Civil forfeiture. You're going to tell me that a cop thinks that my property might be used for illegal activity, and that cop is going to steal it from me and pad their department's bottom line? What the actual F? Enough people don't know about this. Unless you're one of the victims it happens to, then you're like WTF, the police just robbed me. The average person probably doesn't carry a lot of cash on them at once, so people probably just don't think about it. Choosing to carry a large amount of cash on your person being considered probable cause for illegal activity, and allowing the cops to seize it without due process is one of the most broken things about our system. Everyone that knows what it is thinks it's bull tea, whether they love or hate the current state of policing in the US. Yet it sticks around.